Welcome back, guys. In the last lecture we have discussed about the how to install Bootstrap in our project. Now in this video we are going to design the project. So if you observe the project, we have one div in the center of the page. In that div we have one HTML h1 text with the value React Authentication, and bottom of the text we have two input fields, and bottom of that input fields we have one button. Now let's create this div with the help of Bootstrap grid system. Let's create Bootstrap grid system in the login.js component. So first I will remove these two texts from this return statement, and I will write Bootstrap row first. Div, and I will name this class name as row. So in any Bootstrap row there will be 12 columns. So I want to use only 4 columns in that. So it will be placed at the horizontally center. I want to use only 4 columns. I will create one more div with then class name equal to select only 4 columns we have to write call md4. In this we have to create one form because we are working with the authentication system. That's why we need to form in this form. In the form we have to write 2 input fields and one submit button. So I will create 2 input fields. Input type is equal to text, placeholder is equal to, so the first input field is username, and we will write the class name as form control because we are using the Bootstrap input classes. Form control. So like the same way I will copy this text and I will replace it for the password also. Placeholder password, and the class name is also form control. And after the input fields we have to create one button. Input type is equal to submit, and class is equal to, so this submit is a button, that's why we need to use any Bootstrap button class, btn primary. Now let's see the output, whether the input fields and buttons are created or not. Here you can see we got the 2 input fields and 2 buttons. So if you remove the zoom, it will be very clear. Now we need to bring this div at the center of the page. If you observe this page, the div is at the center. Now we have to bring this div at the center. Now I will write justify content center in the row class. So it will bring all the columns to the center horizontally. Justify content center. Let's see. Here you can see the input fields added into the center of the horizontal. Now we have to add some margin and padding to these input fields. Let's create one CSS file for this login.js. Login.css. In this I will create one input field. Input. I will add margin top empty 10px. Now we have to import this CSS in the login.js component. Import in the colons, single colons, you have to write the file path of the login.css. This is the login.css. Now we will see whether the margin is added or not. Here you can see the margin is added for the input fields. Now we have to add the background color to this page. If you observe here, we have a beautiful background color in the actual project. Now we have to get this beautiful background color with the help of one website. So I will show the website. The website name is Web Gradients. In this website you can get all the gradient colors. webgradients.com. You can select any one, it is open source, you can select it for free. Here you can see, just copy the CSS and copy that link in the body component. So I will copy this color, like I will select this color, sharp blues, copy CSS, and we have to apply that background color in the index.css. because index.css is the global style sheet for entire React.js components. So if you apply this here background color, it will be applied to the all components. That's why I will write the background color in the index.css body component. Here I will paste the background color. Now we will see whether the background is added or not. Here you can see the background is added successfully, but we have to add some styling to this background. So I will add the background repeat is equal to none. Background repeat, no repeat. We will see it. Here you can see we get the background, but it is added to the form only. Now we have to add this background to the entire page. I will write the maximum height as 100 VH. Height 100 VH. Let's see. Here you can see we got the output. Now we have to add some margin to this form. So if you observe the actual project, this form is present horizontally center and it is also present at the vertically center. Now we have to bring it down. So I will add the margin for the form. So in the login.css component, I will write the margin for the form. So instead of margin for the form, I will write margin for call MD4 because I want to add margin for entire div. Here the form is present in the call MD4 div. This is the class name which is used to apply styling for this div. So I will write this call MD4 in the CSS with the help of dot operator because we are writing styling with the help of class name. So I will write the dot call MD4. MT means margin top is equal to, I will write 150 px. Now it should come down. Here you can see we got the form in the center of the page. Now we have to add the background for this form. Select any background color for the form. So I will select this white background, copy CSS. Now we have to add that background color to the call MD4. Here you can see the background is added successfully. Now we have to add some padding to this call MD4 div. I will add some padding. P20, padding 20. Now let's see the output. Here you can see the padding is added successfully. Now I will add some corner radius to this div. Border radius is equal to 5 px. It's looking good. Now we have to add one text in this form. I will bring this user authentication system to this form. So instead of writing this user authentication in the app.js, I will write it in the call MD4 div. First I will remove the user authentication h1 text in the app.js. Here I am removing it. Control S. Now I will write it in the form tag. Here you can see call MD4. In this I will write the user authentication in the h1 text. User authentication. Now let's see the output. Here you can see we got the output. This is user authentication. So as of now we have completed the designing part. In the next video we are going to discuss about the developing part. Means how can we write the hooks and how can we validate the form with the username and password input fields. Thank you.